I want to make this abundantly clear, guys. I'm not happy about this entire situation. In fact, I want to do it so little, I actually refuse to buy this. The only reason I own this is because I told my Twitch chat, hey, if you want the second video, you're going to be paying for this drink. It took me about 5 seconds to regret that decision. Oh no. Again, I don't know if anyone's seen the comp thing. When it's IVN versus Zeno. Or was it Nightlight? It was one of them, and everyone just can't do this. I can't hear where she is. There's someone here healing, and I can't hear them because of the bits. Anyway, we're in this situation, so let's get it over with. The first one was terrible. In fact, the first one was so bad, we've got a checklist of what this one has to do, in my opinion, to pass. And here's the checklist right here. The first point we've got is, don't gag the moment it touches my lips.
That's what she said.
The second one, the taste doesn't linger for hours. If 12 hours later while I'm editing it, I can still taste this thing, then it's going to be a fail. We'll have to get back to you guys on that one. And the third one, no poo. Now this one seems a bit weird out of context, but the last one had me pissing out my arsehole for the rest of the day after drinking it. Now I admitted that from the last video. I didn't know if it was the chicken I had in that video, or whether it was the drink. It turns out it was the drink because I had the chicken the next day and I was perfectly fine. So, again, we don't gag the moment it touches my lips.
That's what she said.
It doesn't linger for 12 hours and we're not pissing out our arsehole for the next 12 hours. I don't think that's a very high bar to pass, do you?
Cope.
Now you will notice, we've got the Nessies back. The Nessies are going to be here for us for this journey because by God, we're going to need all the help that we can get. This one is already doing better than the last one though because it's actually still sealed from the factory. There is no risk of someone having opened this and changed it out, unlike the previous one, which not only was this opened, but the drink itself was opened. I mean, the drink might be opened, but at least the anti-tamper seal isn't. So, we've got to break the tamper seal.
The seal has been opened.
Now, this flavour is a tea. It's a dead berry limeade, so it's lime and then dark fruits. The box art is quite nice, but it's not as nice as the last one. I do still have the last one. We can have a little look. See, so here's the previous one. We do have the cup separately. It's worth noting, I haven't drank any of this since the video because I'm not putting myself through that. This is going to be forever full, apart from the amount that I made last time because it is so unbelievably disgusting. But I actually prefer the box art on this. The box art on this was really nice. I didn't really show it off in the last video. I might do some B-roll of it. But, you know, this one isn't terrible. But this one's pretty good. It's also worth noting that this has its own like little promotional 3D render thing that like the other one did. It's not as nice as the last one. It looks a bit shit to be perfectly honest with you. But quite frankly, I didn't even know it existed until I searched this up. And then I saw that it also had an advert. So let's open it up and take a look inside. We're going to start with the cup like before. Has this one been lovingly... This one hasn't been lovingly packed by anyone, guys. Chris letting me down unlike the previous one. And we'll take a look at the mixer cup because in the last video I said that I actually think the mixer cup of this one looks better than the old mixer cup. And we do also have the old mixer cup here so we can compare the two. And let's see if that assumption was correct. So, the art itself is a lot... Yep, that's me. Not realizing that the sun is reflecting directly off the drinks and making it so you can't see anything. So, we've got a little bit of a recording here instead to show you. So here's the Yui cup up close. So as we can see, we've got the Yui artwork on one side and we have Oni on the other side with their perks. And then I'm assuming this is like concept art or something. I'm not 100% sure what exactly it is, but it looks a lot better than the other one. So if we pull the other one out as well, this is the original, which we have Billy, and then we have the Dead by Daylight logo. It's just more interesting, isn't it? Also, this one has the benefit of, because they've put like these cuts through, you can actually see how much is left of the drink when you're drinking it, which is actually quite nice. You can't tell on this in any way how much is left of your drink, which is particularly annoying. However, I will say that they both look kind of cheap because they both have a gloss finish. As you can see, it's still reflecting light. That is the gloss finish. If it didn't have this and it was more of a matte finish, I think it would look way better overall. But because it does have that gloss finish, it just makes it look a lot cheaper than it otherwise would. But again, this is much better than this one in terms of the visuals and the artwork and stuff. So definitely gaining points in that department for the new one.
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
Now, it is also worth noting that the old one is no longer on sale. After I did my video, about 2 weeks later, it went off sale. I think it had gone rancid due to the fact I was pissing out my arsehole for 12 hours after drinking it, and it tasted astonishingly terrible. So, as we had previously established, this is a Deadberry Limeade tea. I've got high hopes for this in the fact that it can't be any worse than the previous one. That's the standard we're going for. As long as it isn't as terrible as the previous one, and it passes our checklist, we'll be okay. We can open it. Let's make sure that it's untampered, unlike the previous one. It is airtight, this one. Finger is not being pushed through like the previous video.
Flashback.
It does seem airtight, so hopefully no one... It was just... I say that actually, I can smell it through the thing. Oh, it is. It's been opened.
End of flashback.
And we can pop it open. Let's give it a little sniff. Honestly, smells pretty good. Now, the way to make this is the same as before, so we need 1 cup for 13 fluid ounces of water. Now, in the last video, if you watched it, you'll know that it was extremely watered down. So with this video, what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing. We're going to put 1 cup in it, and then if it's too watered down, we're going to add a bit more, and we're going to see if we can actually make it taste edible, assuming that it isn't so terrible that I don't want a stronger version of it. So, just like before, the cup is buried in the drink. Let's ensure we actually get a proper full cup. We could probably add a tiny bit more than there because it wasn't completely full, but we'll give it a bash. And then we'll fully shot it. This one actually shot unlike the previous one, so we're already off to an amazing start. It genuinely doesn't smell terrible. I've got high hopes, guys. Next, we have our 13 fluid ounces of water. Here's one I prepared earlier. Like just before, it does call for ice water. Now, I didn't explain this particularly well before, but basically what we did is we just put the water we're going to put in the cup in a container, and then we put the ice water in a separate container and just sat it in that. That way, when ice melts, it doesn't increase the amount of water and potentially make it more watered down. So this is exactly 13 fluid ounces of water. Again, if you want to measure correctly, in chemistry or in general, you need to get down onto the eye level, or you need to bring it up to your eye level, otherwise you're not going to get an accurate reading. It's better to bring it down to eye level, because as you lift it up, it's going to tilt and stuff. But anyway, we're going to pour it in. It is a very deep purple, like a pinky purple actually, and we can smell it already. I'm now going to spend the next, I don't know, 2 minutes mixing it or so. Okay, we've been mixing for a while, just like before. We're going to take a little look-see from the bottom.
Look at this thing. It looks like something out of a fucking sci-fi movie.
But I don't think it's fully mixed yet, so we'll keep going. Okay, I think we've mixed that enough. I have forgotten to bring a glass, so quick jump cut while I get one of those. And we're back with the glass. So let's have a little look-see, let's pour it in there. Let's see how it's looking. I can smell the lime this time. Before I can really smell any lime at all. I can really smell the lime now. I mean, it's a pleasant colour, I'll give them that. It looks much more appetizing than the coffee did. It's actually a very good representation of Yui's hair. Yui's hair. Yui's hair.
No.
Isolate vector A6. Rotate. Zoom in. Zoom in. Remove occupant. Enhance, 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 enhance.
Hot damn!
Anyway, let's give it a little taste. Again, what we're looking for is these 3 things. You know what, guys? Step 1 has been finished. We did not gag the moment that it touched my mouth. So, we've passed on that one. We'll have to wait for these 2, but we'll do an update later. The taste is, you can't really taste the lime, I'm not going to lie. First of all, it's not watered down, so we're already doing better. Genuinely, it is actually pretty good. Now, I don't know the cost per serving. There is only 8 servings, like before. I'll cut in the cost per serving. So, with the mixer cup, which is what I bought, it costs $42.86 to have it shipped to the UK. At 8 servings per tub, that comes to a cool $5.34 per drink.
You serious?
Now, it's a nice drink, but it sure as hell ain't $5 nice. But that is with the cup, and you can also just buy the tub on its own of powders separately for $20 a pop. Assuming the shipping is the same cost as it is with the mixer as well, that would come to $27.87 to just buy the drink. At 8 servings, that comes to $3.48 per serving. Now that's not as bad, but I personally wouldn't pay that much at all because you're bordering on actual proper boba tea territory for prices. It's only 3 milligrams of caffeine, so it's not like it's a substitute for coffee or anything like that. You're purely buying this for the taste. It basically just tastes like grape and lime. That's it. It's actually good. Congratulations, Madrinas and Dead by Daylight. You've successfully made a Deadberry tea. I'd like to note that one glass is half of it. You get 2 glasses with 1 serving. But again, not too bad. At least this one is edible, unlike the previous one. Again, I don't really know why this exists. Still, I mean, it tastes nice, but it's still wildly overpriced. And I will note that the shaker cups are actually pretty decent in terms of quality. I've used them to shake some other stuff up. They haven't exploded on me or anything like that, so, you know, are they worth $20? No, not even close, but the quality, you don't have to worry about them exploding. And I think we've managed to do this without throwing any of it anywhere, which is actually pretty decent. Post-edit me here with the update I promised. Not only did I not have any stomach problems, but the taste also didn't linger. Not that I would mind, because it was actually a pretty nice taste. I did finish the full thing, unlike before where I only took 2 sips and then threw the rest of it away, so do with that information as you will. If you want to buy it as a drink, it's definitely not worth it because of the price, but if you want to collect it for whatever reason, you'll get a pretty good drink with it. If the price was dropped to like $15, I could recommend it, but at $20, it's just too expensive for what it is. Anyway, I'll let past me take it away. Anyway, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye for now, gamers.